Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sonic Heroes for the Nintendo GameCube. Last time we did the super hard mode run for Frog Forest and Lost Jungle, and Lost Jungle actually did try and live up to the name of super hard mode. We actually did have quite a few difficult sections there, but now it's time for things to actually really start to get, well, it's not really so much difficult, just the typical long. And well, Hang Castle is fairly long. But all the levels after that, well, we've seen how lengthy they get, and yeah, just like in the original run, Team Sonic actually do have to go through the altars and go back to the center again for Mystic Mansion. And actually there is one particular section of Mystic Mansion that's pretty difficult in that altar room. But they're all pretty difficult. Team Sonic are being shot at whilst having attacking ghosts over a bottomless pit. For Tails, you're going with depth perception's a nightmare, and for Knuckles, well, now you actually only have one fan to deal with another super armored robot at the end, and it's quite a difficult jump to make actually. But before that, we actually have to go through Hang Castle, which is not as annoying or as long, but there is a lot more of this. Lighting up the torches. Remind me again why we needed to extinguish these things for Team Chaos 6? Like, we're told it's so we can escape the castle. Despite the fact that we don't need to do that for any other team to get out of the castle. In fact, Team Dark had to do it to get out of the castle. So I don't know why it's even a mission for Team Chaos 6, especially when it's also the most annoying 2 missions in the game. But thankfully that's not what we're doing, although we will be seeing some of Team Chaos 6's section of Mystic Mansion in this version of the level. The version we're about to go to. Yeah, this version of the level, that's a completely different level. No wonder it looks so different. Invincible punching! Is there a robot there? Nope, but there are torches with really bad pop-up. That happens every now and then. The pop-up can be really bad. You know what? Let's actually try and see if I can do it this way. That is how I normally do Team Sonic speed run for the extra mission. But for some reason I completely forgot to do it last time. But that is what I normally do. What's over there? I don't care. It's probably not that much different from what's normally over there. It's the only difference is going to be the enemies. The level design is exactly the same. Whoa! I'm pretty sure that ghost should have hurt me. We're actually treating it like an actual ghost. I can go right through it. Because apparently ectoplasm is not really there. I don't get it. Anyway. Yeah, screw that. Team Blast. Once these guys appear, and hopefully this guy won't shoot me. What is Sonic saying there? Is he saying blast? I always assume he was saying blast away. That's the only thing I can think of. Admittedly, when I was really young, I actually thought he was saying black away. Oh look, we're even lighting up the blue torches now. You mean I had to go through all of that with Team Chaos 6 and now I'm lighting these torches? Hurry up, you stupid pole. Thank you. Meanwhile, what is going on with Knuckles there? He was just spinning around like he was in orbit. Like he wasn't grabbing a hold of anybody. So yeah, Knuckles, you feeling okay there, buddy? Whoa! I did see him beforehand, but I was like, I'm completely ignoring him, thinking, oh look, a robot. Oh wait a minute! Yeah, don't do that though. Oh look, they actually have these guys right here now. Thankfully I'm going so fast I can go right through them. Apparently the others can't. Shaw! What does that mean? Shaw! I still don't know why on this version that wall disappears. Like, that doesn't happen on PS2. You know, the version that has the worst graphics? I wonder if it happens on the other versions. It's like the PC and Xbox versions are just the ones nobody talks about. It's always the GameCube for Sonic Heroes, and if it isn't, it's usually just saying the PS2 version is the worst. It's like you never hear about the Xbox version, you never hear about the PC version. So you know that the two versions are like completely ignored. I mean, the PC version, I don't know exactly how good it is. I know it doesn't have the Team Blast glitch. That won't work there. I know that it... there were a few other glitches that I think were taken out of the PS2 version. I don't know if it added any, but there were some that were taken out. And I know that Metal Sonic, or Metal Madness, the Metal Overlord I should say, is really shiny. Like, I really don't know why he is so shiny in the PC version. It's really bizarre, and I know that some of certain character quotes aren't present on the PC version. Like Cream won't say her normal. Okay, Cream won't say her. I can never tell where exactly these torches are appearing. She doesn't have her A rank quote. Like, I'm so happy, I want to tell everyone. She doesn't say that on the PC version. She has her quotes for everything else, I believe, but she doesn't have that one. I don't know if there's any other lines that are missing, but for some reason that one is. And for the Xbox version, as far as I can tell, it's just the same as the GameCube version. Like, I've seen like a little, I can't remember where it's from. Part of me says IGM, and another part of me doesn't, but and it's like a comparison. There's no PC mention, but it's like a comparison of the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2 versions, and they say the same thing that's normally said. So, GameCube is best, Xbox is in the middle, PS2 version is worse. And there are some pictures, you can see some of the differences that are in the graphics between the Xbox and GameCube, but they're really minor compared to how noticeable they are to the PS2. But that's actually how I first saw the differences between the PS2 and GameCube versions. I was like, wow, that really does look a hell of a lot better. The Xbox version, I believe, still goes to 60 frames per second. I don't think it really dips every now and then. I think the main difference is really, and this applies to Shadow the Hedgehog, and I think Sonic Riders as well, it's language selections. I don't think the Xbox version has much in the way of other languages. I could be wrong. That's not exactly a good thing. Or it might be like the Japanese language, rather than say, you know, French. Switching between English, French, Spanish, whatever country you're from. So that's about it. I don't know if that applies to some of the collections, like Mega Collection or Gems Collection, but I believe that's the case for Shadow the Hedgehog and for Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog and maybe Sonic Riders. I'm not entirely sure about Riders though. Look, we actually don't have any poles. It's a good thing your homing attack does have range, but I do recommend you try and get the fullest extent of your jump. So hold down that button until you're close enough. Right, this is where we have the biggest ghost in the game. Actually, he's not. He really wasn't that big. Which one died first? The gold one or the red one? Go speed highway! That's City Escape, both of them do this. Seems to be a tradition. A tradition that I think only Sonic 06 hasn't done, or maybe the storybook games I don't think did anything like this. Oh, no, actually, does Sonic Unleashed have any scenes where Sonic is running down something? I mean, you could say with Sonic 06, the very beginning of Sonic's Wave Ocean is nowhere near as big and it doesn't mean anything. It just leads into a loop, but, well, it's kind of just the opposite of City Escape, where it started with a loop. Although we're actually going through a Team Dark section now, not that it means anything. There's not even an item balloon in the middle. Whoa! Except I slid all the way to the side there. I really hate when that happens. Oh, Sonic. I thought I switched formations to Knuckles there. And the tornado was sort of stopping the torch from appearing. At least I think it was. But I can't think of any moments where Sonic Unleashed really has you running down anything. There are several times where you do run up something, or times where you run along the middle of something, particularly in PS2 Wii version you're doing it quite a lot in. Rooftop Run in the HD version you're doing it quite a bit in Skyscraper Scamper. And I can't go that way for the life of me. I fail every time. I always have to go the other way. Though I think one of the town missions requires me to do it. And why not? The other way is much easier. But I don't think there's any point where you're really running down anything in either version. If there is, it's really small. And yeah, that's about it. Terminal velocity, I mean, in Sonic Colors, you have terminal velocity. And you are running down it, but it doesn't give off that illusion that you're running down anything. Apart from a few camera angles here and there, it really doesn't look like you're actually running down anything. And I can't even tell what you're doing for the boss fight, because it's still on the lift, even though we had already run down halfway down the lift, so I don't know how we just got to it for Tails to jump into it. That part makes no sense in terminal velocity. Which is a shame. It's the one plot hole in Sonic Colors. Which is otherwise my favourite story. Though this one is probably my second favourite, because overall, when it comes to a Sonic game, I would much rather have something cheesy and lighthearted compared to something all dark and moody. Which is really where the story kind of concerns me with Sonic Forces. I mean, a lot of people were saying, oh good, they're actually taking a darker approach. And no, I don't agree with that. Because Sonic has never been successful. Well, I can't think of really that many times where Sonic was successful with a dark story. Sonic Adventure, Chaos is pretty much forgotten about. He's encountered a couple times with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And then that's it. We see him a few times, the moment he's gone, that's it. It's really, Sonic and Tails, it's just Sonic versus Eggman. With Knuckles, it's just fix the Master Emerald. It really doesn't mean anything. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Check for the lasers. Yeah, I think there's a lot more lasers now. Sonic Adventure 2 starts off fine for the most part. I don't know why there's a rocket taken inside the pyramid, because that rocket has no reason to be there. But other than that, that starts off fine. It's really when you get to the final story that it's like, okay, how is all this possible? Why did Gun invade the Ark if they were the ones funding it? Why haven't they done, if they recorded that death threat, why haven't they done anything about it for the past 50 years? If Maria sent Shadow down to the planet in that capsule thing, how did he end up inside Gun's base? When did Gerald get the chance to program the revenge thing into Shadow for the death of Maria, when Maria had already sent Shadow down to the planet before, well, the moment she died? And when did Gerald get the chance to do that? Because surely he was captured when the Ark was raided. You know, and why haven't Gun done anything about the Ark when Gerald clearly told them? He clearly told them everything, because he was doing it when there was a firing squad right in front of him. We hear him. We hear somebody talk to him. It makes no sense. Bring up Shadow the Hedgehog all you want. I don't think it really elaborates on anything, and nor does it mean anything, because Shadow the Hedgehog wasn't even going to be a thing at that point. Like, it wasn't even conceptualized, because Shadow was supposed to die at the end of Adventure 2. Yeah, this guy is really not in the easiest places right now. Okay. I mean, really, with Heroes, I would like to have had a bit of backstory on Metal Sonic. Like, how did he get the Neo form when we clearly still see that it's not like a redesign because he goes back to his normal form at the end. So I would have liked a bit more information on Metal Sonic. Why did he take over? How did he take over? How did Eggman get that walkie-talkie out to Team Chaotix if he was inside a cell? Like, did he do that before Metal Sonic captured him? Like, that's never really explained. Yeah, I really shouldn't have switched formations just then. But I think I have to take the top path, which is I'm probably going to fight another one of these guys, so I'm not going to use it here. If you do it this way, you just got to watch out for the hammer and make sure you don't do that. Whoa, invincibility frames. Where did they go? It's like he hit me when I should have still had invincibility frames. It's like they lasted a lot longer the second time. Because I really should have gotten hit after the second one, but not on the first one. I bet this one's a normal leg hammer. Nope. Okay, it's a good thing I saved it. But, yeah, that's really all that concerns me here. Shadow the Hedgehog is just ridiculous. Maybe we were wrong about Gerald. Even though he did try and kill us with the arc. Shadow, how can you think you're an android if you're the one having all of these memories in the first place? Are these androids made of metal? I thought they would be because they're androids. We've already seen what they look like on the inside. I'm going to die here because I see that laser path and there I go. Well, I can't grind on that rail. No, that's impossible. Grinding on rails, that's just ridiculous. I've never heard of grinding on a rail. No, apparently the rail is not there to if you land on it, but it's only there to the trolley. That's really freaking stupid. It's kind of hard to see because of the red cavern as well. Kind of weird how their attacks don't damage you. I mean, it's a good thing, but weird. Like, why do they even bother? If only there was something telling me which rail I was supposed to be on. Okay, weird camera, guys. I mean, that happens sometimes, they take a while, but it doesn't normally quite work like that. Oh. But at least once that happens, you're in the clear. Get past the first turn and you're fine. But sadly, there go my level ups. Is there one on the top platform? No, there isn't. Right, this is exactly the same as before. Well, Sonic 06, we already know how that story plays out. And it's atrocious in every way. Sonic and the Secret Rings is not quite as dark, but it's still... well, it's kind of mixed. It's like they weren't really sure what approach to take with it. Let's see, now we're actually extending the level. We can't just go straight down there. It brings us, it actually teleports us to this part for Team Chaotix. They decided to extend the level for some reason. So we have the multi-walled room. Again, I don't know if the location of the correct wall is random or not. I mean, I don't see why they couldn't do that, because it was that case in, I believe it was Final Egg for Amy. She has a little bit where it's like completely random on which door leads to the right area. So I don't know if that wall is the same every time or if it isn't. I haven't memorized that to see. I imagine there's a switch on both sides. Yep, there is. Screw those blue torches, I don't need to extinguish them anymore. Oh great, there's 2 switches. Ugh. I don't like how the fly formation goes faster. It throws me off. The distance you're covering is exactly the same, but they're a lot faster. I mean, it makes sense. You think they would get faster when you get rid of one teammate, but apparently not. Like, it would just gradually build up with each teammate gone, but it doesn't. Not until they're both gone. It throws me off. Yeah, there's a set of springs there. I don't know why. I forgot that those springs were there, but yeah, there's some springs there for no particular reason. They don't do anything. I mean, I must have been there before somewhere because that's... The middle spring is lit up, so I don't know what's going on there. I obviously bounced off of it somewhere. But here we go with this again. Gotta do the spider web bit again if I die. I mean, this is pretty much the same. Unfortunately, he's right in the middle, so... yeah, and the ghosts are actually moving a lot more this time. Wait, that thing is... Is that actually going anywhere? I can't tell. Oh, yes it is! Sometimes it seems to be selected. Knuckles, please don't make me lose all my rings! Whew. Again, Team Dark is supposed to be the hard mode. I mean, it makes sense here because it's super hard mode, but you have to go through all this with Team Sonic but normal as well. I mean, this is different. We have to fly a much further distance, and unfortunately I really can't tell how far away I am. How far away anything is. It's impossible to tell. And when they're glowing, that generally means they're moving, but it's impossible to tell where I'm going. And I can officially say that was the wrong way to go about it. Yep, there we go. Bit too early. Back to the spiderweb. I hate this level. No, this isn't too bad. This isn't Team Chaos 6. It's the same area as Team Chaos 6, but it's not Team Chaos 6. I really wish that you could just adjust which way you go by tilting, but you don't. I don't really know why they made tilting on rails a thing. I mean, it was a thing in Adventure 2, but that was for the sake of balance. Though for the most part, balancing on rails didn't really do anything. But I don't know why they made it a thing here. You don't even get any rings until that part. You got ghosts that can hurt you. So yeah, no idea what the point of that spring is. Now I gotta do this the harder way. I'm wondering, will all the enemies be enough to fill up my Team Blast gauge? Of course, in the normal version, the checkpoint would take me back before the triangle jump section, where I had enough enemies before going to this altar room to build up my Team Blast gauge with a combination of them and everything else. Whoa, I was hoping the case would just about be enough protection, but it was not. I may need to just build up my Team Blast gauge a little bit more. Whoa, no, don't fall off the back. Let's try and get to the fullest extent of our jump. There we go. Yeah, sometimes you just need to get a running start, which is also going to be the case in, well, for one thing, it's going to be the case here. And it's also really going to be the case for Knuckles in a moment. It's very important you get a running start, after which you should just about make it. As will be evident right about now. There we go. There is only one. PS2 version, it's really annoying when Knuckles decides to immediately go into a triangle dive. See, and you'll just barely make that, right? I just need to build up my team blast gauge because there's no way I'm fighting this guy here. Meanwhile, he's going through the case. Why doesn't that activate the switch for me? Can't go on this bridge though. He was going on to the middle one a bit more, but not this one. But that is it. See, the previous one we were 19 minutes in by the time I finished. In this part we're at 25. We're almost to 26 by the time we will be by the time this result screen is over. Almost. And the next one, even longer. But I'll see you next time for the grand finale of Sonic Heroes.